Peace to you, brothers and sisters. I believe that God is always speaking, and a lot of times when we don't hear from God, we ask ourselves that why isn't God speaking to me? But the thing is that God is always speaking to us. But the question is, are we listening? Jesus said that my sheep know my voice, and they hear my voice, and the voice of a stranger they will not follow. So if we're not hearing from God, then we need to ask ourselves a real question. Am I hearing from God? Is God speaking, or I'm just not paying attention to it? Another thing that Jesus Christ said, which I think can help us understand hearing from God, is Jesus Christ said, we should not lean on our own understanding, but we should always commit our ways into His hands, that it may be established, that He may show us which path we must go. So a lot of times during our day, are we asking God, God, should I do this? Should I do that? What is your will about this situation? But oftentimes, what I realize, even with myself sometimes, is that we just take that leap of faith to do certain things without asking God for His permission or what God thinks about that situation. And what I've learned over the years is to train myself to always ask God, God, what are you saying about this? I may want to do things my way, but what is your way about this? What is your will about this? And oftentimes God's will is in His Word, right? If we're spending time in His Word, not just only on Sundays, but during the course of our day, then we can get used to the fact or that God is speaking to us through His Word, and we can begin to understand what God's will is for whatever situation that we might be. Now, on the other side of understanding or hearing from God in our everyday lives, once we get into the habits of committing things into the hands of God and asking God questions, then we can realize very quickly how God is always speaking to us. And then we can begin to obey what He commands us to do. And I believe that as we walk in obedience, God will begin to speak more to us about things in our lives that we can do or things we can do differently. And then we can begin to see things change for the best. God bless you. And until next time, Jesus loves you, so do I.